Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. In this video we're gonna see how to crush the Pirc and modern defense from the white side. Now if you're new here, I'm International Master Alan Safar Ramuta. I've been an International Master for the last 6 years and a very prominent and serious coach. And now YouTube has become my passion. I want to bring my knowledge to you guys and share all of that and bring you guys to the next level, because I know when I was starting out chess, I didn't have the correct coaches, I didn't have the correct content to watch. So I want to put out my insights, my ways of improvement and master tips for you to get your game to the next level. Alright, let's get to the video here. Now special shout out to a loyal subscriber and fan, Burned Win. The idea came from him for this video. It was his birthday on the 29th of December and I, as a simple gesture, told him, okay, you suggest a video and it will be done. And he wanted to see how to crush the Pirc and modern defense, and here we are. So after pawn to e4, now let me first tell you what's the difference between g6 and d6. So black can usually play g6, bishop g7, and we play knight f3 here, and black usually has nothing better than to play pawn to d6. If he plays knight f6, he'll just get steamrolled with e5. So he has to play d6 anyways. So that's why we'll see it from the move order. d6 is a little bit more popular here. We play pawn to d4, and after knight f6 attacking our pawn on e4, it's very accurate, it's a forcing move. We play knight c3 and black plays g6. So I'm going to show you a game where I was white against an international master, Dejan Brankovic, in a classical serious tournament. I'm going to show you my weapon against Pirc and modern defense. So knight f3 here, bishop g7, and how do I play? Do I play some crazy aggressive system with bishop g5, bishop e3, queen d2, h4 and some mate? No. The best way, in my opinion, is to play simple chess. This is my philosophy. Attacking chess, it's all good and nice, but chess is a game of principles, a simple game. I play bishop e2, I want a castle, I have full control of the center. Why do I need to play some crazy chess? Castles, black castles. Now in the game he played knight bd7, but just to tell you more about the position so you know what to do on other responses, black here has several other moves. Bishop g4 is very popular. Here I like the simple solution. It looks very strange, but I like the move knight g5 with the idea that if he trades bishops, which is he's basically forced to do so, and then the usual black move is e5, I actually simply take on e5 and I come back with my knight to f3. What on earth is this? The idea is that his bishop on g7 is actually bad. It's staring at this pawn, and my bishop is very good. It's going to come here next. I'm going to play rook a d1, use the d5 square, and white is actually slightly better. Very simple solution. I always like in the opening very simple solutions. That way I don't have to remember a crazy amount of theory. So bishop g4, can play knight g5, my solution. c5 is popular, I like simply to take, play e5. But after knight g4, how are we going to defend the pawn on e5? I like the simple solution, very unique move, queen to d5. Attacking the c5 pawn, and the idea if he takes is I come back here with my knight, attacking his pawn on e7, with the idea of knight c6 defending and counter-attacking. I have the knight side, the e6, if he takes with the bishop, we have knight c7, and if he takes with the pawn also knight c7, rook b8, and knight g5 attacking on e6 from both sides and his knight. One important point, if he plays knight h2 with the tactic king h2 bishop e5 check, I simply move my rook, his knight is trapped on h2, it cannot return, and e6 is hanging. I won a game against a candidate master like that. So that was c5. If he plays knight c6 to provoke the pawn to d5, go back, it's a very strange way. He could play knight e5, but here we could simply take, improve our bishop to c4, and we have positional ideas of a4, a5, and white is doing very fine here. Knight b8 is usually played, and here you could play the simple move bishop f4 with the idea after knight d7, queen d2, you meet knight c5 with e5, and you take with the bishop on e5, and the bishop stands very well here. Next you're going to develop your rook a d1, rook fe1, and if you play c6 you just play rook fe1, knight c5, bishop f1, you defend your pawns in the center, and white again is doing fine. Bishop g4, you could simply move your knight, and this bishop is not doing anything here. White is doing very well. That's knight c6. If a6, simply rook e1 with the idea. If b5, you play e5, take with the knight. After bishop b7, you play simply bishop f3. One in the trade is strong bishop, and now he is in a not so good situation. Here his rook is hanging, his light squares are weak, white is much better here. In the game, knight bd7 was played. He played e5. That's the idea. The idea is that if he takes and I recapture knight g5, play e6. And if he takes knight g4, ready to attack here and attacking his knight, this would be very unpleasant. In the game, he went back to e8 and defended my pawn with bishop to f4. The opponent played c6 with the idea he wants to remaneuver his knight to c7 and e6. Played a4, playing any b5 ideas, taking some space. Now he took on e5, if I recapture with the pawn, he played knight c7, he wants to come d6. And I wasn't too sure, I decided to wait with a5, again clamping down on the queen side. And after knight e6, I dropped back to g3. Here he played queen c7. So the international master looks like he wants to just capture my pawn and be happy. I played rook e1, indirectly defending the pawn. And he took the pawn. What did I play here? Now I noticed that there's a dreaded pin on the queen on c7. Can you find what I played here? Now guys, if you enjoy my content, I have many playlists. For example, I have a whole playlist on crushing the Sicilian defense, which I made a chessable course on. I have a playlist on the Scotch gambit against 1e5, and I have a lot of general improvement thinking methods, a lot of great improvement videos for you guys. So if you like the video, be sure to check out my other videos, and if you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe. And remember, if you have any suggestions that you'd like to see for future videos, I always listen to the subscribers, so be there in the comments, tell me what you guys want to see. Here now, I was thinking that okay, he wants to play knight captures f3 check, and then he basically automatically comes out of every pin because it's check. I have to recapture, then he'll move the queen. And I saw if I played king h1, it looks very logical, where he can't play knight f3, it's not check, and I'll take his queen. But I saw during the game he has to move knight g4. The idea is now, if I take his queen, he has knight captures f2 check. A very important detail I saw during the game. I wanted to play king to h1, but I realized that detail. And I played the unorthodox move, king to f1, leaving the knight in a pin. And if he plays, he can play knight g4, simply take his queen. Black played knight c5. I played queen d4, adding more pressure to the both knights. Black went back to d7 to passively defend. And here I played queen e3, adding a little bit more pressure and lining up with the rook on e1. King h8, he moved out of the way. I played bishop d3, opening the pieces, exerting more pressure on the pin. He played pawn f6, so now black consolidated his knight. The international master thought he was fine. Here I played knight e4. Where is the knight going? Let's see. Queen d8 was played, black got out of the pin. I took on e5, after knight e5. Bishop captures e5, fe5, knight g5. I had a very cunning idea in mind. So again, black is up a pawn, but he has these double pawns. The bishop is a little bit blocked, and black has not completed his development. Black played queen d6 here. Rook a4 I played. Rook left, heading straight for the king. Black played bishop f5. Rook h4. Black was feeling the pressure. The Pirc and modern defense is collapsing. h6 was played. Knight to e4. Get out of the way. Perhaps hinting at a sacrifice on h6. He played queen d4. And now can you see what I played? Can you see what I played? Boom! Rook captures h6, bishop captures, queen captures. After king g8, other rook came into the game, bringing more fire into the pot. I didn't care about my king, I was going all out for his king. He played rook f7, trying to defend, but boom, knight g5 came in, attacking his rook. Bishop d3 came, simply he captures d3. And now I want to take on g6, his rook is in problems, so black is lost. He played e4, trying to get his queen back to the game, it was too late. I took on g6, he attacking his rook. Played queen g7, and simply I traded. Took the queen and I took on e4. After b6 takes, rook c3 attacking his pawn on c6, c5. I played rook b3 and rook a6. I came up with my king, got my pawns going. And I played rook a3, forcing him to resign. Because after rook takes a3, this is a completely winning king and pawn endgame. And ladies and gentlemen, this is my weapon, how to destroy the Pirc and modern defense. Comment how you like the weapon, what you like to see next, and see you guys next video.